Say hi. Say hi, Sally. Okay. So, you guys, like, this is my book cart, and if you've been following me for a while, you know it was, like, packed. Look at how much it's cleared, and I'm about to show you guys what I took off of it. The whole bottom row is cleared. These I'm starting in January because they're the poems. This is all Margaret Atwood. I want to have, like, a Margaret Atwood reading month. Patricia Riley gift. These I'm saving for January, and then that one I want to start in January. Walt Whitman. Okay. This is my top shelf. That's all I have left. Like, and then I already read this. And these are all the books after I went through the books I'm about to show you guys at Unhauled. I tried all of these books again. And I really like the writing. So I'm going to, like, devote myself to, trying them. I mean, like, devote my time to trying them, to finish them and stuff. So, so I just wanted to show you guys real quick. And I even have space here. Normally packed. So yeah, a whole bottom row. So, and I'm doing a book buying ban kind of right now. I'm trying not to buy books for myself because my birthday's in March. So I always like buy myself like a birthday book haul. And then, yeah. So how's it going? Thanks so much for joining me. So my daughter and I have been cleaning out our bookshelves and our book carts because we always are going to be accumulating more things during like the holidays, and I really want to go through my book cart. So I went through my book cart, and this is an unhaul. I went through our homeschool cart, I went through my book cart, and my daughter went through her bookshelf. Now, a lot of these books are going to be rehomed to other parts. I'll tell you guys about each place. Some are going to be donated, some are going to be sold or attempted to sell back secondhand to half-price books. Some are going to be going to go to my husband's bookshelf because they're his books, but these are just books I personally could not get into. If you like any of these books, I think that's great. I think like there's no such thing as a bad book. I think all books are made sometimes. Well, okay, I'm sure there are exceptions to that rule, but I think a lot of books are perfect for the right reader. These just aren't good for me. And I'm just not in the mood to read them, and I don't know if I ever will be. So I feel sad getting rid of these two. I really, really thought I was going to like Lonesome Dove and Lonesome Dove, and I even bought the second one, thinking, I don't know. I just haven't been in the mood for a Western. I read True Grit this year, which is kind of Western. It's kind of a Western, but I don't know. I tried it twice. I didn't get very far. I'm calling it a DNF, that I didn't finish it. But really, I just kind of sampled the writing quite a bit. These are going to my husband. He wants to read them, and we often share books, and he has very different tastes than me. So he might enjoy Lonesome Dove, but yeah, I heard it's an awesome book. I know it's an awesome book. I believe it won a Pulitzer Prize. It's just not for me. Okay, another one. I'm going to try to go too fast. This video's going to be like super fast. Okay. I mean, super long if I don't. Okay. Henry James' Portrait of a Lady. Classic. I just could not get into it. I think it's probably a really nice book. The writing's really good. I think almost all of these books, the writing's really good. They're just not for me. So I just couldn't get into it. I didn't really like, I don't know. I just found myself just losing interest. I tried this book multiple times. And that's going to my husband. Actually, the first stack are going to my husband's bookshelf. This is All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy. Now, this is his book. So I just pulled it off his shelf. And again, it's kind of like Western-ish. It's definitely like, has a lot of those themes. It's volume 1 of the Border Trilogy. I was kind of worried it would be too violent, but I didn't even get that far. I do like his writing. I think he has really beautiful writing, his prose. I just wasn't in the mood for it. I don't know if I ever will be. Yeah. Now this one was sad to say. I'm DNFing it, and this is also going to this is my husband's book also. I just borrowed it. This is Moby Dick. I just couldn't get into it. I just think this past year I haven't been into adventure stories very much. I've been more interested in like literary fiction where it's like a character study-ish, or like just kind of slower paced, where it's like a little bit more focused on like the inner lives of people. And this is like, again, it's a classic. I just couldn't get into it. I'm just letting it go. Not to say that in 5 years I won't pick it up again, like I might want to again, but not now. This one I always say her name wrong, the character, but everyone knows Anna Karenina, Karenina, I don't know. I've heard it said and it won't stick in my head. Okay. I just tried it again. The writing's really good. I actually think maybe if I was in the right mood, I would pick this book back up. This one was one I was on the fence, but I haven't read it for over 6 months. It's my husband, so this is going back on his shelf. So a lot of these books I just borrowed from him to put on my book cart to motivate me to read them, and they just didn't get read in a whole year. So yeah. I'm already over 40, and it's I'm realizing, I think there's a quote or a meme that says that, I don't know who started it, but you'll never get to read all of the books you want to read. Why force myself to like a certain book just because it's a classic or just because so many people love it? The older I get, the more I realize I only want to read stuff that grabs me. And some are not always like that, because Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine was one of those books. I literally returned it to the library, didn't finish it, DNF'd it, and then I literally went back from to the library, checked it out again, and loved it. So I do make mistakes, but I'm aware of that. Sometimes it happens. But I kept thinking about it. That was the difference between Eleanor Oliphant and some of these other books. I've been having them on my cart for months and months and months, and I've never thought about them again. And I've tried these multiple times. This is Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. This one is going in my daughter's shelf. She probably won't get to it in 5th grade because she has so many other books as an illustrated version. But I would like her to try it again. It's an adventure story, and I just wasn't in the mood. Haven't been in the mood. And I think Donna Tartt said it was one of her favorite books, and I love Donna Tartt, but I just couldn't do it. Okay, this one's my daughter's book. These are all from my daughter's shelf. So these 3, Number of the Stars, The Princess and the Goblin, and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I hate to say it, but I just couldn't get into the book. I'm just going to say it. It ruined it for me that I've seen the movie so many times. It just did. It didn't happen with The Wizard of Oz because I read The Wizard of Oz this year, but I think some classics, if you've seen the movie many times before you read the book, not always, but for me, it just ruined it for me. I just could not focus. I was just kept thinking of the movie, and it wasn't just, I was just stop, just give it up. Just give it up. So this is my daughter's book. And so it's going back on her shelf. And then this is my daughter's book. I just wanted to try it. It's a famous book, Number of the Stars. I think this is a middle grade fiction, and I just wasn't in the mood for it, because it's something about lately also middle grade fiction. I have to be in the mood for it because it is written for younger readers, and I don't know. But she's gonna read it. And then this is The Princess and the Goblin. Again, it's children's classic. I'm not sure if you would say it's middle grade, but this one I like the writing. I really do. I started in the beginning multiple times, and I just kept giving up on it. And I was just give it up. Just stop. But it's gonna go on her, back on her shelf, her to be read shelf. Okay, so this one, The Call of the Wild and White Fang, could not get into it. I just could not get into it. Again, I think it falls into a classic, children's classic, very much adventure. And I just haven't been in the mood for adventure. And this one's gone on my daughter's book cart, so I want her to try it. A lot of times I buy books for her and I together, and whoever reads them first, reads them, and I like to at least have her try them, especially if they're middle grade or YA, always, instead of just donating it or getting rid of it before she tries it. Okay, so now these she wanted to DNF. I think I already showed these if you guys watched my day in the life video, but I'm just showing them again in case someone new is watching. So basically, she couldn't get into the writing of these. This is the Sisters Grimm. Oddly enough, she loved them the first time she read them, and that just goes to show you that our tastes change. Everyone's taste, I think, changes over time. and she really liked it the first time she read it, and then she reread it, this one, and then she didn't want it. She wasn't interested in it again. And so she said she wanted to these are going to just be tried to sell back to Half Price Books. Yeah, it's like the Sisters Grimm. I think they're probably really good for kids who really like fairy tale retellings, but she just didn't connect. So the next one is Sweep. I showed this in my Day in the Life video, but I bought it for myself. I really thought I would like it. I really liked the beginning of it. And then I just lost interest, and I said I'm not going to force myself. So this one, my daughter's going to try it, and it'll probably be sold back to Half Price Books. A lot of these books I also got at thrift stores for like very little, you know. Anyway, yeah, so the next one is adult fiction. I showed this one also before, but it's Amor Towels, The Lincoln Highway. I love The Gentleman in Moscow, but this one I just couldn't get into. I didn't really like how the protagonist was each chapter switched, which I really did like in like Pax, they did that. Like the protagonist was like, it's not that. It's just I didn't like the other protagonist at all. And I can read unlikable protagonists, but this time I just was very distracted. Like I really wanted it to focus on the main protagonist, and it just kept going back and forth, and it just like I just lost interest. The Lincoln Highway, adult fiction. Okay, so this is like one of my favorite books of all time, and I'm only showing it because I bought a hard cover at a thrift store to replace this one because I have issues with seeing small font. I have glasses now, but I don't like to wear my glasses unless I have to. I don't know why. They just give me a headache or something. So I only wear glasses if I have to at this point, reading glasses. So I found a hardcover, I replaced it, and now I'm probably going to give it to someone as a gift because it's like a very nice copy. It's just, I just bought a hardback of it. So I'm not sure what to do with it. Either I'm going to donate it, sell it back to Half Price Books, or I'm going to give it to someone as a gift. Okay. So this one is The Mole's Family Christmas. It is a vintage little Christmas book. So you guys, if you like Christmas picture books, I'm planning on doing a whole video on like we're doing a Christmas picture book advent where we read a different Christmas book every day, the 24 days leading up to Christmas. And then I'm also doing a book advent for my daughter. So hopefully, if you guys are interested in that, you'll check out those videos. Those will be coming out in November. But yes, this was one of the books I bought online from like, I think thriftbooks.com that I didn't really know what it was going to be before I purchased it. You know, I just saw the cover, which I think is really nice, but my daughter and I just didn't connect with the story. It's really just a story about a little mole who gets a telescope and from Santa, but it's just like, I don't know, it's just like the way the story is told, I just think somebody else would enjoy it more. I'm probably just going to donate it. This I bought for homeschool for my daughter's STEAM unit. It's Iggy Peck's Big Project Book for Amazing Architects. My daughter just did not like this book. I was like, I had her try it. She only did one activity. A lot of the stuff she just, I don't know. I just really was like, okay, I mean, I don't know. I was like, well, I'm not going to force you to do it because there's other things she likes doing more. And that was the whole point of the unit. I really wanted her to have fun with it, and she just says she doesn't like this book. And it's sad because I think it's a really cute book and a lot of kids would like it. But I'm going to sell this. I'm trying to attempt. See, Half Price Books, they don't like buy everything you give them, and then they like donate what they don't buy, or you can take it back, but I never take it back. I'll just tell them to keep it. So I'm going to attempt to sell this back to Half Price Books. Okay, this is a random thing that I don't know if Half Price Books is going to accept this, but I showed this in my STEAM unit. Honestly, it just wasn't right for us. It is chemistry, the molecules, and like I feel like it just didn't have enough examples in this kit. Like maybe it's a kit you buy as an accessory kit. It just like literally my daughter made all of the things. It was just taking up space in our shelf, and if you guys have been watching my videos, you know I don't have like a lot of, I do a shared homeschool space, and I don't have a lot of space to store homeschool things. So if we're not using something, which, like I said, we tried it, wasn't working out. This was another workbook that I got for homeschool, Awesome Architecture Activities for Kids. My daughter, now I agreed with her on this one. We really just didn't have or connect with a lot. Like, here's like a cozy fort. My daughter kind of already does fort, so you don't really need this book for that. She did a lot of the projects. Like, it has 25 projects. So we already did a lot of the projects. And some of the projects were too complicated. Like, you need like hot glue gun or different things. Like, she did this. Like, she did a lot of the more simple ones. And then some of them she just wasn't interested in. So I'm like, you know what? We're not going to go back and use that as a reference after she already did the projects. And I'm not going to hold on to it just for the sake of it. So I'm going to sell this back to half price books. Okay. Have some other random ones here. This is Yes to Life. I just pretty much read a lot of this book. I mean, it's really short. I think it's based on his lectures and Viktor Frankl. And I just don't think that I'm going to reread it. This I just bought blindly at a thrift store. I didn't know anything about it. I saw that it won the Newbery, Out of the Dust. It's a middle grade or novel. And it's written, I think it's called in verse. I apologize if I'm wrong, but you can see how it's written. Just wasn't in the mood for it. It's probably a really great book. Okay, continuing. This is just a random thing. I'm just showing you guys because we're doing an unhaul for the winter. This is just a 100-piece solar system puzzle. This I'm going to donate. It's definitely in rough shape. And it has all the pieces and everything, but it's just too easy for my daughter at this point. It's a 100-piece puzzle. If it was something she really loved, I'd probably put it away. I don't know. What would I do with it? Maybe her kids could play with it. I always ask myself that question. I'm like, should I keep this? Should I not? I don't know. But she's not using it anymore. She does 1,000-piece puzzles at this point. Okay. So here's another book from her shelf that she wanted to get rid of. This is Encyclopedia of Early Earth. This was a graphic novel that I bought without looking at it, of course, because I bought it on Book Outlet, and I don't know. My daughter really didn't connect with it, and we just don't. I mean, it's beautiful. The illustrations are beautiful. I'm going to try to resell it to Half Price Books. Okay, so this one we've been having for a while. This is just a book I got at a thrift store. It's robots. I don't even know. I never heard the publisher. And my daughter, Clive Griffin, I've never heard of the publisher. Anthonium? Books for young readers. Okay. So my daughter I don't know. I was going to use this in it has really, if your kid really likes robots and stuff like that, I mean, it might be a nice book. So, oh gosh. Oh, that's torn. See, we bought this at a thrift store, so it's kind of in rough shape. Well, some of the pages are kind of... But my daughter rarely even looked at it. I mean, I kind of pulled it out to see if I could incorporate it in homeschool somehow. And it's just I'll just be honest. I felt like it was a little bit cluttered. The way the format is, it was kind of almost overstimulating. That's the word I'm looking for. It's kind of overstimulating. I find that a lot of nonfiction books for young readers can be that way. And that's why I don't really like it. I don't know. But some other kids might like all these graphics and the way it's drawn out. So yeah, but we're just going to let go of it. And then this is one I actually bought years ago to read as a read aloud, and we literally never got around to it. It was one of those years I just bought way too many read alouds. It's just The Adventures of Grandfather Frog by Thornton Burgess. It is a children's classic, very skinny. I think there's a lot of these in a series. And I tried it because I like little cute animal stories, but I just couldn't get into it. And my daughter didn't read it, so she's not interested. Okay. The other one is an old kind of vintage book that we bought at a thrift store. Well, actually a library book sale or something. It's origami, step by step, but she tried it and she made some stuff from it. But she said some of the directions were kind of confusing, and she has other origami books, so we're just going to let it go. I'll probably donate this, but yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching.